He's doing unreal.
With 8 points in the game.
This is Sam Gagne, and you're listening to the Real Life Podcast.
Gagne, oh, what a move! What a win for the Oilers.
Bottom 6 woes today.
Welcome to the Real Life Podcast. I had to hit a button and move across the room to start the pod.
We're down a producer.
All 2 feet, and he was huffing and puffing.
Yep. It's called putting in the work, Jay. Welcome into our last podcast of 2023.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be in next week. And then the year after, or the week after that is a new year, right? Yeah. This will be our last one. Makes you think.
Does make you think.
Makes you think that maybe actually we should do one next week, but
Maybe on Thursday.
The resolution show.
the resolution show.
The one where we all say what we're giving up.
Yeah.
I'll give my 7 things I'm giving up, which I'll give up none
You're
of them.
giving up 7 things. You're a brave man.
I got 7 that I'd like to kick.
I
I
was
don't
gonna,
mind telling you.
You have 7 vices simultaneously?
Probably.
Fighting to get in
That means
first?
you have like 11 vices.
And that leaves me with 3. Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
I would love to say that we could have done like some sort of holiday themed episode and dropped it next week. But when I asked you guys today, let's try first off, here's the real life group chat from today. Me at 7:55 a.m. 1:30 today. Jay, yee hee. No other responses.
But why do you always text the morning of?
And that because I want to know who's coming. If everyone's gonna bail, then there's no podcast.
But that's never happened.
I like that he does.
Reminder.
I do.
Oh, is that what you can credit for your 12% attendance rate in class?
And then
Because I'm always, whenever I see it, I'm like, oh no, what's wrong? And it's like, nothing's wrong. We just are confirming that as always, but you do it at like the crack of dawn.
I'm up. I'm thinking of my day.
Most shows don't need a reminder like this to know who's coming.
I do it for all my
You
shows.
do. You want.
know.
You're mad
I'm-
because you don't
Yeah,
see
you
it on
like the
Instagram.
reminders and you're the guy that never comes.
This Monday I was out of town. So sometimes people just have to go do things.
Should we do some sort of off the dome year in review?
We could, first off. So, and then Jay's the only one that responded. He said, yee hee. I said, let's try to think of some Christmas themed topics. Jay responded one word, Santa.
There you go.
And that was all the communication.
Oh,
we
is
had
it?
today.
You didn't say anything after that.
I said, Santa, ... Is he a cuck?
Well, when you
Wait.
text people at 5:15 in the morning Pacific time,
8 o'clock.
You asked for a Christmas topic, Santa.
that's no.
Hey, discuss.
Rudolph. Ooh, Santa.
Well, Crawford right now, anytime she sees anything Christmas related, will go, ho, 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 ho.
That's adorable.
She gets it.
Santa. We have a 3-foot tall Santa. She will give him a hug every morning. She'll go, Santa, hug, kiss, then try to rip his eyeglasses off. Santa.
I think we could probably just wrap up there.
So have you done them all, Santa? Is that what you just said? You, like,
Cabela Santa.
Cabela Santa. You weren't here on Monday.
2023 shit.
It's okay.
Yeah, and then they bought a gun.
We always like to
get
compare.
your gun license.
Crawford's got a
Santa.
gun license. She
Buy
got it
some
really
live
quick.
bait.
She's got a gun. Live bait. Well, that cheaters use live bait, Chalmers, but I guess that's why you suggest it.
You once used leeches and they were live, so don't give me this shit. I've only ever used dead leeches or dead minnows.
Leech, well, yeah, which because they're not native to that lake, leeches are. I'm just feeding them.
Was that the first episode you came on the show?
No.
The fishing derby one? Or was it like in the first
No.
few months or something?
No, it was quick though. It was
Yeah, it
within the
happened
first 6
fast.
months
Yeah, it happened.
Oh, quicker than that.
of just me being on this show.
It was quicker
When
than 6
Chum- when
months.
Chum
It was one of
came
my
in.
first shows.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like my 3rd or 4th episode doing
wow.
working with the company.
It's been all downhill.
This is hands down our most.
Was I going to Sweden? I was in Europe for one of it.
Finland.
Was I going to Finland?
Yeah, I think it was your Finland trip.
Wow. Okay, so that's like 4 years ago.
So Christmas, let's see. First question.
Santa.
Have you guys all watched the Christmas movies that you normally watch all Christmas?
No.
Have you watched Home Alone yet?
No.
I have. Both of them.
I need to watch. I'm going to watch it on Christmas Day, I think.
Have you watched Elf yet?
Have you watched both of those too?
Nope. Haven't watched it yet. But I can't wait to.
There's only one, but
Yeah, there's only one.
Yeah.
There's not an Elf 2.
The
Surprising.
15-minute short film Merry Shrek-Miss.
I have
Never
actually
seen it.
seen that.
It's a good one. Good
I
film.
watched that. Yeah, I think I watched it with
Die
Crawford.
Hard, noted Christmas movie.
Very
you watched it yet?
well
People
documented.
who like do the hardcore Die Hard's a Christmas movie debate are just making up for their lack of personality.
Cinema knowledge?
Yeah, just all of it. It's just
Cinnamon knowledge?
Cinnamon?
you know what? It's up there.
Cinnamon?
There are certain things that when they get brought up, I just roll my eyes and I'm like, please.
It's
shut
a
up.
unique.
No. people being like, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Or when people go, is a hot dog a sandwich? It's like, shut up.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay, sure, because it happens around Christmas. My point is, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It's just it's
Love Actually is
just
also
like
a
Home
very
Alone.
good.
It's
Very good
set
Christmas
at
movie.
Christmas, but there's a whole bunch of action that happens in it.
Like the plot could happen really at any
So Home
point.
Alone and Die Hard.
You know what?
No,
Is Home Alone kids Die Hard?
pretty much.
Guy goes ballistic, takes it on himself. That's a kids action movie.
That's true.
It's Kids Die Hard.
See,
Both Christmas movies.
You put the writers of Home Alone in a corner, and I guarantee they admit to that.
You put a gun to one of their heads, they'll admit to anything.
I watched like a Hallmark movie, like a bit of one for some reason. Oh,
Was
my
it
God.
Lindsay Lohan's Return? Because that was a
No.
great Hallmark movie last Christmas with her in it.
No, it was not. It was so bad. But anyways, it was entertaining because it was so bad.
This time of year, when I come into the house and I turn on the TV, if I can tell who was the last one to watch it, if it's on either Sportsnet or TSN, it was clearly me or the boys.
Mhm.
If it's on a TLC,
Mhm.
like a baking show, or this time of year, the Hallmark. Every time I turn on the TV, it's another cheesy Hallmark
they're
movie on.
so
and my wife
cheesy.
loves
With a
them.
90s
Just
sitcom
loves
star
them. Have you ever
Yes.
seen
in it now.
Have
They
you
got their
ever-
formula.
Have you ever seen that picture of like 12 different Hallmark movies, named 12 different things with 12 different actresses and actors?
All wearing the same
Every
outfit.
single poster is the same thing with a guy in like a green suit and
Economies
a girl
of scale.
in like a red, and it's like, God, it's
All I
just
want for
so
Christmas. Back for
formulaic.
Christmas. All I want back for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas, I'm back.
The Christmas Prince.
Come back
Christmas,
for
all I
Christmas.
want. Back edition.
There was the one they did a couple years
Blow
ago.
up my
That was
back
about a
for
hockey player.
Christmas.
Ooh.
Oh,
What?
There was one they did a couple years ago about a hockey player. It was a Hallmark movie, and like the main part of the plot was that she was trying to get like a hockey player. to fall in
Goon
love with him.
Christmas?
Hockey player.
If you watch that Lindsay Lohan movie that came out, I think it's called like Back for Christmas or All I Want for Christmas, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantastic movie. Lindsay Lohan can still act.
isn't me? I guess a sequel to Mean Girls coming out.
I don't know because they made an ad. Did you see that? They made a long form ad
Yeah.
with all of them in it.
They also did it for Home Alone.
Wasn't Mean Girls filmed? Wasn't the setting at Christmas for that movie too? Or did they just have a Christmas
It had a
concert?
long plot
Oh,
line.
they had a Christmas concert.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I
yeah.
think it was a whole school year.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, because Regina always does
Regina George.
her-
Regina George.
Yeah,
She has
that's the
to.
thing. Well, that's why now Mean Girls is a musical, Broadway musical.
All right. All right. Here's the storyline of that Hallmark movie I talked about. It is called Taking a Shot at Love. Sounds
Yes.
awful.
Small town country guy meets
No.
big city girl.
Canadian?
No.
Former professional ballet dancer Jenna works with NHL star Ryan Cooper to help
He's the best.
him recover from an injury using ballet as therapy.
You have to.
As they grow close, he helps her mend her injured heart.
This is straight up the plot of that DB Sweeney movie where he becomes a
Cutting
figure-
edge.
Cutting edge.
No,
Toe
it's
picks.
opposite. Yeah, he
Toe picks.
quits hockey to become a figure skater.
No,
'Cause
he
of
gets-
injury.
He doesn't quit. Yeah, he has to. He's forced to quit hockey. though.
He's recuperating from injury and using ballet to come
Yeah.
back to play hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Hockey was already in the
that
rearview
is-
mirror.
so much different.
Wait, ready, Jake? Because you nailed the second part of the description. But when it's time for Ryan to return to the ice and leave Jenna and her small Connecticut town,
Yep.
both must consider the paths they want to take, and just maybe love will find its way.
Oh, I feel
Pirouette
alive.
its way into your heart.
I got an idea.
Gun to
If
my
he's, in,
head, won't watch it.
if he's in the NHL, you find your way to that big city there, small city girl from Connecticut.
Did you see the plot for this year, your Imtrick? This year's Christmas movie on?
Oh no!
She's a proud hockey mom who followed her son's dreams to Chicago. He's an NHL star at the end of his career. Will love find a way? Will fate bring them together?
Twitter will.
Social media figured it out. Can they?
Alrighty.
That'd be a good movie.
Who'd play?
No, I'm not even gonna make jokes.
I never said it was a based on a true story movie. I just said if that was the plot.
Now there's
line.
like a Brazilian soccer star,
Mm-hmm.
and I think like not global, but to Brazil, and he left his wife for his
niece.
Is it niece
Yeah,
or
it's-
daughter-in-law
it's his-
or
it's his
something? Their
niece.
stepdaughter.
It's like his kid's cousin, but like by not bloodline.
Yeah,
It's his niece.
It's his
though.
niece.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And they have like this. They announced like their second or third
Escalando. Yeah.
kid. Yeah, it's, that could be a
Former
Hallmark movie.
Brazilian striker Hulk has announced that he's having a second child with his ex-wife's niece. In 2020, the former Porto forward stunned the world when he married Camila Angelo, the niece of his ex-wife, Aron Angelo.
They should make a movie about that.
12-year relationship.
Him and Marty Brodeur is not the same, but kind of the same.
Yeah, they can make a movie about that.
Definitely because the kids are
Brother cousins.
Hold on.
brother cousins.
Like the way that this like depicts it makes it seem like, hey, it's actually his niece too. It's your wife's niece.
Yeah, but you
making
can
that your
by
niece.
blood though.
Well, not by blood.
Your
Like,
wife's
I have
family-
a nephew, not by blood.
Yeah, your wife's family isn't a blood relative to you. You don't.
So
risk-
the minute two people get that niece is now like an ex-niece, it's not no longer his niece.
Well, I mean, but it's not blood. Like you need to make that distinction. to
get
make it's
that.
not
niece
blood.
at the time.
Yeah,
Marriage
it's more just
blown up.
weird that you would have been around them at a young age, and then one day.
Well, if they would have had a kid together, then his kid and the niece would have been cousins.
we're getting too close to the sun.
And
here.
Cousin mommy.
And then you married your kid's cousin.
mommy. You shouldn't even be calculating these scenarios.
I know it's
All right.
you need a
Just another one of those episodes. We hope you don't have your kids in the car for.
That's
great
true.
great Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Just anyways, I'm gonna.
If you're
watch a
listening,
bunch of
kids,
them.
ask your parents, how close can I marry in the family tree without trouble being caused?
Depends where you live.
Depends on the voting.
Oh, Jesus.
Blue state? Red province?
Christmas movies.
Yeah, I only had two things written down for prep today: the word Christmas, and then a line that's just "What the fuck?" I thought the Oilers were good.
It says Santa underneath for some reason. I don't know who contributed that.
Well, for Christmas, I would like the Oilers to get their shit together again. Is that all
would be
I want for Christmas?
I'd like a Connor Brown goal.
Connor Brown
Well, he's
I feel
going to be
like
in the
once
press
it's-
box, so tough titties.
Is he really?
for the next two games potentially. Yeah,
Oh,
that's gotta stink.
man, we're so tight on the cap. And we're handing that guy that kind of money.
This year it's only $775K though. All
Doesn't
right.
matter.
Oh, it's next year we have to pay the penalty?
Yeah, when he won't even be here. But you could argue the difference between him not being here and the difference between him being here right now, there's not much separated.
It's like reverse contract season where you have a contract next season and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's like, I'll sit at home next year. I don't give a shit. Frank was on ONE today and did say he saw Connor Brown skating off the ice at practice the other day when he was there because it's in New Jersey, and Connor Brown looked very pissed off.
Well, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
It's just like this was given our situation, this was an experiment that needed to work. Now, can it still work? Yes.
Yeah.
But to date,
To what
It is.
extent could it work? Yeah.
like he has one assist. Like if he had 10 points, even still you'd be like, but like I can work with this.
If he had 10x his current production, you'd still be disappointed, which shows you just how little he's producing.
Okay, here's how you do the Marty Brodeur Christmas movie, Jay. It's a two-parter.
Mhm.
And the first one's with the original wife.
Of course.
And it goes through the arc of their entire relationship. And right in the last second, it's like the Titanic VHS 2 boxer. The last second of the first movie, he sees the sister in a new light. And then
Ooh,
the
set up for
second
part
one
two.
starts, and it's the whole of their arc. It's a two-parter.
And
Marty Brodeur married his wife's sister.
yes,
And made everyone go to the wedding again.
yes, and just to I don't want to add any more
How do you
confusion.
make them?
Are they twins?
No.
Are they okay?
I think they're just
I have
sisters.
to. Okay. they're
Oh
just-
my God. I don't know, but maybe
I don't-
they
I
are.
don't know.
I had never heard that.
I don't know.
Martin Brodeur's sister wife. Yeah. All right.
They're not twins, are
Oh, wait. Okay. Filed for divorce during the 2003 playoffs amid reports of Brodeur, the wife of Melanie's brother. So it wasn't her sister. It would have been her sister-in-law.
So her brother's wife.
Okay. It's
they? I don't know if
You
that's
really
true.
fucked over a corner of the family.
yeah. It's still
It's the second wedding that gets me.
yeah.
It's inviting everybody that went to the first one back. But I thought they were straight sisters.
I thought they were too.
I thought they were too, but they just could be us
No,
telling
it was
each other.
once Brodeur's sister-in-law, which I guess could.
Okay.
How does Vinny LeCavalier work into this?
What would he do?
Vinny.
Brodeur was married to Melanie Dubois. Dubois' brother was married to Genevieve Nault.
And how is Vinny LeCavalier involved?
I don't know. There's a picture of him.
Is Vinny now involved with ex Brodeur?
I don't know.
How does the car rental agency fix in all this? That he endorses? Enterprise, is it?
Yeah.
They stuck with him.
What is going on?
It's a good question.
Like what? How does that happen? You're just at family gatherings and
Well, that's
The heart wants what it wants.
falling.
Here's what happens. You rent a value price enterprise car and you go visit your wife's family. And you have so much leg room in their mid-size rental at a low price that you end up taking your sister-in-law home and it's got plenty of backseat space.
Whatever happened to the good old days, like the 1950s, when no matter what you felt, you just push it down for the greater good of the family.
For the greater good of the family.
just to make sure there's no way.
What's the Book of Mormon song about it?
Switch it off. Or flick it off.
Flick it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off or switch it off.
That's fun.
Back in the good old days when you'd look at your
Yeah.
wife's brother's wife and be like, damn, she kind of bad, but you wouldn't act on it.
Yep.
Let's rewind even further back 1930s when you could move 6 miles up road and have a whole new family and they would never connect with your first family because 6 good miles separated them and no one had the ability to read. You could really,
6
really
good
cheat.
miles.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from East Lafayetteville. He moved up the road there to
May as well be the moon.
might as well got a whole new family, new son. You're never going to meet your first son.
Yeah. You always need a body of water to separate you and your other family.
Do you think they could make a Christmas movie about this on the Hallmark Network?
No.
You have to wonder when cars started like scaling out, how many adulterous males were like, my families are going to meet now. I'm fucked.
It's over.
In a horse world, I can get away with
Oh my
this.
God, they put the only supermarket right in between the two houses.
15 minutes
The
up the
brand
road.
new supermarket. What are we going to do?
So this is our idea of Christmas talk.
Well, there's lots of things you can talk about for Christmas. What's your favorite Christmas memory from back in the day when you were a kid, you Remchuk? What's the one thing you do every year that you look forward to?
Your traveling salesman father visiting for 3 hours, but he had to leave because he had to go back to work at his other family 6 miles up the road.
What would I do when I was a kid? We used to do every Christmas out at my Baba's house in Vegreville. So we would spend Christmas Eve and Christmas Day there, and we'd come home on Boxing Day. So I was always told, like, Santa comes to our house a day later. Don't worry about it. So I would go there. I played a lot of the game Sequence from when I was a young kid.
Love it.
Love that game.
We're going to be playing a lot of that this Christmas.
Yeah. So that was my Christmas. I never got to open my gifts until Boxing Day.
Did you ask for hockey news and a microphone every year for Christmas, or what did you want as a child? I can't even imagine you.
Yeah, that's actually like pretty accurate.
Can I have all the hockey biographies that came out in the last 12 months so I can learn about Wendell Clark?
What was the roadcaster of 1990, 2002?
A hairbrush for the post-game show?
Yeah, no, I always asked, like, I was a very easy kid to shop for, I think, because I just wanted hockey cards and like the latest hockey video game.
Me too. And
that
a
was
hockey stick.
Yeah, and a hockey stick.
Then whatever piece of hockey equipment was the oldest.
You know what he didn't want, Chalmers, that I learned on O&E? He didn't want any eggnog.
I don't like eggnog.
No,
I think it's supremely overrated.
I'm like, we bought the real stuff. I loved eggnog, but the light stuff makes me just not like it anymore.
The light stuff.
The
yeah,
light
it's because you're not okay. But okay, remove your current beef, your domestic beef, with the light eggnog, thick eggnog.
I just think I'm growing out of it. I think I'm just not as into it as I used to be.
Like Martin Brodeur with his first wife?
Yep.
Thank you.
Finally, some time to sit down, relax. I'm going to have a drink. You know what I want? Cream.
Over the holidays?
With rum, a good thick eggnog is really good, but I can't have 2 of them.
Yeah, no, it's not
It's a one and done.
It's a one and done, but you enjoy it. It's one of the few things you can consume that when you taste it, it gives you the feeling of the holidays.
It's true.
And like that's the power.
A candy
of
cane
eggnog.
too.
Candy cane, yeah.
I love a good candy cane.
I hate candy canes.
What?
Say mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh my god.
My kids get candy cane ice cream. Oh,
Delish.
oof.
Mint and chocolate do belong together. They also belong apart, but together they are totally fine and delicious.
Today on the DFO rundown, I gave my list of the 5 things I don't like about the holidays, or like 5 bummers around holiday season. So like number 5, because I wanted to keep one part of it hockey. I said watching that one European team just get stomped at the World Juniors. You're like sitting around.
There you go,
feeling good,
Latvia.
and then Latvia's down 14-0 in the second period to whatever Czech Republic. Czechia, I should say. I said cleaning up wrapping paper. That's incredibly annoying because you spend so much time wrapping the gifts. and then you have to go like walk around.
It's like one of the easiest things to do.
Oh.
But yes,
We just set up, like those wire things that you can put a garbage bag on and then the
Yes.
wire just
Yeah.
open. We just put it at the front and we all play end one after we wrap our gifts. You try and bury it.
It's just like you spend so much time wrapping the gifts, and then it's over so fast. I was like,
You spend
Well,
so much
welcome
time
to
wrapping the
cooking.
gift.
yeah, that's a good point.
We want
I
people to
haven't wrapped
unwrap
a
it.
present in 5 years.
You want people to unwrap a gift for 20 minutes? What do you want to hear?
I don't know.
first they'll take the ribbon off.
But that's why it's up there, because it's like a necessary thing. It has to happen. But
It's up there for decor. It sits under the
that's
tree
the
for a length
thing.
of time.
Yeah, we don't wrap like
That's what the wrapping is for.
my mom.
Decent counterpoint.
My mom and to a certain extent my wife, they put bows on them.
What?
My mother.
You confused
and
the
to-
two?
Well, you made it seem like they're the same.
Yeah.
No, and to some
My mother
extent-
is, to some extent, my wife, is what I heard.
Yeah,
My
it was,
mother and to
I know.
some
I know. We're
extent, my
entering
wife.
some interesting subject.
What you're saying,
matter
what I
here,
just
so-
said, you said,
Yeah.
that made Jay laugh.
Yes.
You're married to your mother,
Let him get the
or
full sentence up.
Yeah,
And then
well, now
it'll
we
make
will,
sense.
but just we had to draw some attention to that.
yeah, you're married to your
My
wife.
mother does this.
Your mother
Now
wife.
my wife is starting to do this as well.
Two
And
different
they put
people.
bows on it. And then literally as you're taking the bow, she's like, give me that. And then like takes it so you don't wreck it and puts it back in like the wrapping bag to reuse it, because the whole point of wrapping the presents is to make the Christmas tree look amazing
Yes.
for like a good week before
Or
Christmas.
at least a week.
And so that magical morning when the kids come downstairs and they see their stockings are full,
A full.
you have a fire going.
Oh yeah, gotta have fire.
You've got the
light
presents all
eggnog.
wrapped up.
Yeah,
A
just
little light eggnog. Cookies
runny
all
egg.
crumbled up from Santa eating them. Some half-eaten carrots for the Rudolph.
That's the worst part of Christmas Eve, is having to eat the half of that carrot.
Spoiler alert. I know.
Okay, maybe I'll take that one off. I didn't consider the decor part.
Okay,
Decent.
cool. What else you got?
Hugs. Hugs was on my list.
The Your Chuck's hug at Christmas.
No.
Notoriously disliking the Hug family.
No, we don't hug. In-laws hug. Big huggers. And I always try to find ways to get around it when we like,
I've got two words for you: spiked sweater.
sure.
You put it like a barbed wire
When you leave
shoulder
the family
pads.
function,
Yeah,
when they
BO.
have their big Christmas party, you have to hug everyone there.
Goddamn right. you
I
do.
don't know, man. I don't think
Brutal.
you do in a
But
COVID.
no, that's like the tradition. It's
Part of
Wow.
the Christmas season.
So
like
I
a
try
Lindsay
to
Lohan movie.
I try to position myself, or
Bah humbug over here.
I go out and start the car, even though you don't need to start the car. So then my shoes are on and I'm at the door, and it's like, I'm halfway at the door. See ya. Sometimes, especially with like her uncles, who again I barely know, I'll just go for the handshake. Some of them pull you in.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
got to.
We've met each
Come
other.
here, big guy.
We've met each other maybe 6 times.
Doesn't
Hug them so
matter.
hard their ribs crack. They'll
holidays.
never do it again.
Have you ever seen Bill Murray's Christmas classic, Scrooged?
No.
You should watch it. You kind of reminded me of him right now.
I mean, this was called the Grinch list. It was to make me.
Yeah.
You are wearing green shoes, which I don't know, whatever.
I love a good
What else
hug.
on the list?
Way too many kisses. I do say, but
I had the hockey one. Getting roped in, like when you sit down and then all of a sudden like a weird relative or like a distant relative you barely talk to just pulls up next to you and you're like, ooh, I'm stuck now.
Oh, for a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, and you know it's going to be a conversation about something weird.
Before I let you go, Tyler, what do you think about the Oilers this year?
Or like
where
yours-
have they go? Where did they go wrong?
And that was my angle of it, is like there's always that one thing you have no interest in talking about. I don't like talking politics. I would rather talk hockey, but also when someone sits down and is like, I got ideas on how to fix Campbell. And
Here's some trades.
you're standing at the bar and you're pouring a drink, and just out of your peripheral vision, you see the person you've kind of been avoiding start walking over to the bar, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my seat at the couch. I wanted to make this quick, but now I got to stand here. And next thing you know, somebody sits in your, and the whole thing just unravels in front of you.
And the worst is when it happens right by where the drinks are, because a great get out is slam your drink and be like, "Phew, need another
Gotta
one of
go
these,"
get one.
and you're out. If you get stuck by the bar, like again, you need to be smart at these Christmas parties if you want to be properly antisocial.
So I'm not going to, like, we used to go to a different aunt and uncle's every Christmas day for the dinner portion.
Mhm.
Now our family's just so big now with all the kids that we only just do it with our like immediate family, and we see them another day. But when we used to go to their house, I have an aunt and uncle who did not drink pop, right? Like,
As a kid, that is devastating.
so
here.
they had 2 liters of pop in their bar. but they were warm and had probably been there for like 6 months.
Since last Christmas.
So anybody that was like mixing a drink, I didn't realize this because I was just a young kid, but their drinks were awful. But when we wanted pop as like kids, we get our special pop for dinner. And you were just like, what the hell is wrong with this pop? And I just remember thinking one Christmas when I finally got it, I was just like, oh my God, they don't just go out and buy new 2 liters. Like these 2 liters have probably been in here for 6 months.
Why wouldn't you bring your own pop?
Does pop go bad though?
Well, it goes flat.
If it's
even
not
if
been
it's
cold.
tight, and if it's not cold, if it's cold or warm, it doesn't matter. You crack a 2 liter, you pour a drink, you put that cap on that 2 liter.
Oh, it's been
that
open.
thing's got.
It's been open
oh,
for 6 months?
They're half full.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought
I
they
didn't
were
realize
fresh
that.
bottles.
No,
yeah.
no.
How
Yeah,
can
that
there be
makes-
a party though with that many
Jeez.
people all drinking
Spreads
half,
out
like, was there
mold floating in
12
it.
half opened?
Yeah,
Bottles of 2
usually
liters?
there'd be like a
Yeah.
Coke, a ginger ale.
That's bad.
They-
Well, then
root beer.
why wouldn't you just bring your own pop?
After the third
Well, I
year.
wasn't pouring drinks at that point.
No, I
I
know,
didn't
but
really think
like
about it.
yeah, okay.
Well, my parents probably started to do that after a while. But like, if you're gonna have a party, or you're gonna have people over, number one, you've got to have like at least 4 or 5 different types of beer, right? Like a Bud, like a light, a craft beer, a heavy, like a Budweiser or a Most Canadian or something like
I think
that.
you have to have one, and if people want their own, they can bring
3
their own.
different barrels of mead.
And then you've got to have a Mexican light. No, I just think like variety. And then you have to have at least one big fresh bottle of every booze: rye, dark rum, white rum, vodka, gin.
Are you opening up a
Tequila.
TGI Fridays or throwing a Christmas
And
party?
then you got to have fresh pop and tons of ice.
4 flavors of wings.
That's just like party 101. That's like
server and a
people
hostess?
over 101.
You're opening a Boston Pizza.
Yeah,
I don't know, Charles. I think you need to have, I think, one pre-made cocktail, some beers, a couple bottles of wine. Other than that,
do like a big punch.
yeah, something like that. Like when I had a holiday party last week, I made a large vat of coffee, like mocha and Bailey's.
Did it get
Coffee,
everyone
hot
turned
chocolate,
up?
Bailey's. Pardon?
I liked your
Yeah.
I liked your thinking of
Oh,
why
but
you
see,
do that.
what about guys like me who don't drink coffee? Then what do? Just walk around with finger up my butt?
There was a bottle of wine. Half a
That's
bottle
the
of wine.
second half
What if
of
I
the
don't
party.
drink wine?
Well, then
That's when the coffee kicks in.
Yeah, that's
my
the second
ass,
half of
bring
the
your own
eyes
booze.
wide shut party.
Bring your own booze. So, okay, I went to a party and we took bottles, we take our own stuff. That's beside the point. But like what I love about the Christmas season is just like the memories you have of going to people's houses as a kid. I've never been to these people's house before. They live in a neighborhood I know well, like West End of Edmonton, Lessard, Duchesne, like right in that area, where those whole houses are like just getting old enough where you can start to renovate them, but they're still young enough to be like really cool, right? And I walk in this house and it is the exact same layout of my auntie and uncle's old house when I was a kid. And I felt like I was 10 years old again. Like, well, I stood at the front door and I just couldn't even think. I was just looking around. I was like, holy shit. It felt like a time warp.
Do they have
And there
stale
was
pop?
people everywhere. And I loved going to this house as a kid. Oh yeah, this is one that had pop. This one was the one that always got like the Nintendo. If there was like a new Nintendo, it was out. If there was like a Sega CD, like no matter what the newest, coolest thing was, they always had this. They always got it for Christmas, and we always went there Boxing Day, which means we always got to see it. And so like I loved it, and I just was blown away. I love that kind of stuff. So that's one of my memories. A Boxing Day party. You get a good Boxing Day party.
Yeah.
That needs to be a tradition that we need to start doing more.
And that's what my family does Boxing Day. Like, because now everyone, like me and my sisters, we have in-laws or whatever. So it's just like simplicity's sake, go do whatever you need to do on Christmas. We'll do our thing on Boxing Day.
Because that's when Santa comes.
And also, yes, that's when Santa comes. So I do love the Boxing Day party. It's a good, especially now. I like when the World Juniors are overseas. Canada games are starting
Oh, in the morning?
11 o'clock Mountain.
Coffee Bailey's.
Coffee Bailey's, the Canada game. Your day set.
Turkey sandwich
Yeah.
with some cranberry sauce and some mayo for
yeah.
lunch. Do you guys have like a really intense Christmas Day regiment? Because ours is like jam. Like we go to like 3 different houses,
Oh, no.
including our own.
You visit your own house.
I'm glad
Well,
you
we
can
wake
make
up
it.
there.
I'm glad you can squeeze
Then
it
we
in.
go to like one family's breakfast, back home, another family stop in, and then another family like dinner full night.
Okay, I'll be honest, I'm jealous of that.
It's awesome.
So my Christmas day,
It's tiring.
like Amber's family, they do their big thing a couple weeks before Christmas. Remember, this was an issue last year with me not going to the FIS thing with Bag Milk because I had the holiday party in early December.
Oh, yeah.
So my Christmas day is wake up, go to Amber's parents. It's just the four of us. And that's the day. That's my Christmas day. I just sit. There's no, I wish
There's
I
going to
had
be lots
like
of
a rush.
football on today for you. There's
Yeah,
the
I know.
saving
This
grace.
this will be this one will be interesting.
You should start a second family 6 miles up the road.
See, and that
There's
would at
time
least-
for
That
them.
would at least give me some adrenaline.
Yeah, and
There's
go for a
time
long
for that.
That's
walk.
too bad.
Go for
It's
a
nice to see
long
a
walk
lot
to
of
your other
people.
family.
I know. I want to like talk. I want to, as much as my Grinch list would maybe tell you otherwise. I like the rush of going around and having a busy
I kind of like that, but like for me now, Christmas is like finally like a time where like there is legitimately nothing to do. Like your email inbox is empty in the sense of like no one's coming at you. So I do nothing, but I get a little bored and antsy of doing nothing. But we do nothing. We open our gifts. We'll watch some movies. We'll just eat a bunch of food, and then like normally get like Chinese food delivered in the evening.
Chinese food for Christmas is a huge tradition for some people.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
We did it one year because we had to do our Christmas like a year, like a day early, just for people going out of town. So then we got, it was glorious.
Yeah.
And I've never had a not white Christmas, and I'm thinking I'm about to have one here. This is
this
weird,
is
man.
wild, man.
This
It's
is wild.
so it's messing with my brain.
Mine too. Like it's 5 degrees outside right now.
I do. I remember one. Oh, it might have been when I was like 11 or 12. So it might have been like 12, 13 years ago by now, or 15 years ago almost. I remember one where we didn't have snow.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
It's like 2005 or
There
something.
was the year that they're golfing on New Year's Day. That year there was no snow at Christmas. That's probably like 2003, 2004.
Wow.
We have friends who live in a warm climate and don't get up to see their family very often up here. And when they do make a trip up here, it's like they really want snow. They want outdoor rinks. They want snow for tobogganing and potentially maybe skiing. And like, this is devastating for them, right?
I did Australian Christmas one time in Sydney, and they're like, "Oh, it's such a good time. We eat shrimp." I'm like, "What the fuck is this? How does Santa come here wearing a fur coat when it's 35 degrees
Poor
out?
Santa.
How do the reindeer land on the beach? They land right on the beach. No, they don't. I don't think Santa's real.
It's not how it works.
You need snow at Christmas.
So far from the North Pole, he probably just forgets about it.
A
entirely.
shrimp ring for Christmas morning breakfast. What the hell? That's what I said to myself. Australian Christmas.
I don't know how I'm 43 years old and I've not had to cook a turkey yet. My dad was cooking turkeys at like,
I have never cooked a turkey and will never cook a turkey unless I deep fry it.
you know what? I kind of want to cook one this year.
Go for it.
Brine it.
It's the final act
Put
of
it in a
fatherhood.
nice little brine, nice little sugar water. Let it sink in.
You could have a little bit of it.
You want
a
it
sip for
sweet?
you?
I like my turkey savory.
No. That's just how you brine it.
I don't know what the hell brining means.
It's when you soak it in water with like with like a bunch of different ingredients for a full day.
Like
So
you
it
want to
soaks
candy your
all
turkey.
in. Yeah, pretty much.
Just you talking about things your fathers did. One of my biggest fears as a kid, I used to have like, I think panic attacks about this. When I'd sit in the car with my dad and we'd go anywhere, I'd be like, how does he know where we're going? Like, how does he know where to get where we're going?
Life
Like,
was simpler
we-
back then.
well, like,
we
we'd
went
go-
5 places.
I know, but like we'd go to my Baba's in Vegreville, and the way there every time felt like a new way to me. And I'm like, I used to freak out and be like, when I'm older, how am I supposed to remember where?
You'd freak out about this?
Yes, I'd be like, how am I supposed to know where everything is? What's going to
We'll
happen?
have supercomputers in our pockets.
So I went through this phase where I would like ask every question about every road sign. Like, what does that one mean?
Meanwhile, now fast forward to today, you're on phone calls, eating food while you drive,
Mhm.
not paying attention to any of
Google
the
Maps.
wayfinding.
And Google
And I know
Maps
the
also.
exact minute I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Google
You know
Maps
what
is
was-
the best.
You know what was wild to see? There was a video of Checo, who's a racer for Red Bull, doing the Mexican Grand Prix track with his eyes closed. Like it was virtual, but like it was like same
That
kind of
doesn't sound very
same
safe.
driving condition. So he had his back to the screen and he's turning up, shifting up, shifting down, and did the whole like lap.
So he
with
would
his
train
eyes
being like
closed.
1,000, 2,000,
Yeah,
turn.
he knew.
1,000.
Yeah. He knew the whole
Wow.
track in his mind.
Wow.
That was wild
Well,
to
have
see.
you ever
And he kept it on the road the whole time.
Have you ever seen those dudes that drive like the Subarus in the trees? And it's like those really, really off-road
Yes.
courses. And there's just the guy that drives and you could put mud all in front of his window and he doesn't even see, but the dude on the right is like 5 left. And then the guy's just 2 right. And then he just turns and this dude's just navigating the whole time.
Yeah.
Like that's trust. That's gotta be the craziest.
That's the level of trust I had in my dad when I was younger.
No, you didn't. You have a panic attack.
Yeah, you were
Because I was worried one day it would be on me.
You clearly never had.
I was never worried about us getting there. I was worried about the day I'm in charge of getting somewhere.
Wow, that's neurotic. You're like 8 years old, worried about 10 years in the future already.
I was like, I won't know how to get to Baba's house.
You
And like,
never
that was a
ever
problem.
witnessed once pulling off to the side of the road, out of the car, map on the hood, walk around, stare up at the ceiling. Or
No, because my dad was a machine.
Your dad's a machine?
Yeah.
Your dad's Bert Kringer or whatever?
Yeah. And that was a fear I had as a kid. We'd go out for Christmas to my aunt's farm out in the middle of nowhere and he would just know how to get there. I'd be
the
like,
VAG.
Well, every Christmas, right after the last day of school, the next morning, we'd get up at like 6 a.m. and drive to Mortlack, Saskatchewan. 8 hours.
Whew.
And yeah, it felt like, yeah, you're right. It felt like it was a different way every time, even though you'd hit like the same.
You knew a couple
It's like
landmarks.
bigger Saskatchewan, Rosetown, Swift Current, Mortlack.
So your Christmas day every year was an 8-hour car ride?
I wouldn't leave on Christmas Day.
Oh.
The day after school.
Yeah, so we would
School,
leave.
sorry.
So this year, if I would leave tomorrow morning, the 23rd, and then stay there till, I don't know, 10 days.
We don't need to make a big deal of this, but my keeping it 100 definitely has to do with Christmas.
Okay.
And it has to do with,
You want to get to it right now?
let's just do it right now.
Okay. Well,
Do an ad
you know
read.
what? We're going to do a couple things first.
Sure.
First, we're going to step aside for a quick break.
Okay.
All right. Back on the pod. Keeping 100 is brought to you by DoorDash. If you're throwing a big holiday party this year, you know you're going to need DoorDash at some point. Something's going to be forgotten. You're going to be out of wine or out of one of the 9 spirits Chris Chalmers demands you have in the house at all times. Get it all with our friends at DoorDash. And for a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25. All capitals on NATION25. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the promo code NATION25.
If you go to your aunt and uncle Stale Pop's house, DoorDash some fresh pop.
Aunt and Uncle Stale Pop. You could.
That solves your childhood problem.
If DoorDash was around then, you would have saw
11-year-old Chalmers just door dashes more pop to
Yes.
the party and goes to the door and gets it
and ice.
and smokes.
What a power move.
And the back is-
Well, that's a good lead into it because it has a lot to do with that.
Yep.
And I'll start keeping it 100 with a song. There's no shopping like online shopping. Have you been to a fucking mall or a store recently? It is the worst experience in the goddamn world. Every single thing about it sucks. The parking, walking through the mall, dealing with people.
Is this new? Like this
No,
has always been the
I
case.
don't shop very often. And last year, like I actually kind of like getting out, getting in public, going to a store, going to Shoppers Drug Mart or Southgate Mall, or going to like West End, or going to a store in South Edmonton Common. I kind of liked it. It got me out. It got me to see things.
yeah.
This year, I did like a little bit
Nothing's
of that.
changed. I
It
can almost
is
assure you.
awful. It is the worst experience in my life. And I am just constantly waiting because of the amount of Instagram things that pop up that are just people getting in arguments in public, in stores, and people having,
It's
like-
a very emotional time, man.
it's just crazy. I saw a couple, like people getting pretty ornery with each other in the 45 minutes I was in the mall. And I was just like, this is not happening. I went home.
Just imagine you walking through the concourse like,
I got on Amazon and I got on my computer.
So
on
you're
Amazon?
I had
killing small business. Thank
Yeah.
you.
no, because they're small business that are fulfilling it.
Well, no, but continue.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Sorry, small business. Then go get a shop
Bah,
somewhere where it's
humbug.
easy for me to park in front of.
Here's my thing. I think I agree with Jay. It's always been like this, Charles, but I think
You've
for like
changed.
2-3 years of COVID, you didn't have any of it. And there weren't a lot of people out and about. And now that it's back to the normal masses,
Like it's
frying your
always
brain.
this crazy.
Sure. So I
It
believe.
used to be crazier. Now because of online shopping, it's actually been eased
Do
a
you remember
little
when
bit.
you would do online shopping and it'd be like, your package is going to show up between December 2nd and December 25th. And you were like, whoa, this is it. This is exciting. I might not get this. This is crazy. Now it's like, it's going to be there at 11:52 and it is there at 11:52.
And this is the name of your driver.
And you're livid. We're living better than any other point in human history.
It is. I got all my shopping done in like an hour and a half and everything showed up and everything was perfect.
So, but like, that means like, did you know exactly what you wanted to get everyone?
I had a good
like, how do you window shop online?
So, yes.
Amazon search gifts for women and then just dig through what they got.
Yeah. No. I kind of pretty much knew what I wanted, what I was getting. Some things changed.
Your phone would be like, I overheard your wife saying this and I suggest you buy this.
Exactly. And then it would just send me a link. But no, like some things were just different colors. Maybe the sizing of some things is where you really have to get, you have to go find that exact product in the house. You know what I mean? Like if it's a pair of shoes, you know, some shoes can be a half size different.
I do most of my shopping at the Capilano Mall Saturday Seniors Christmas Craft Market. I like to get
I love a good market.
You're the anti-Chalmers.
I used to do
the most
hand
local.
knit, like you get like a Kleenex box and then they'll make like a sock for it and it goes over the Kleenex box. Then you put that in the back window of your car. Christmas.
I used to love a good market when I was a kid. We used to do it all the time, but now it's like, I don't know.
There was a beautiful Christmas market at Fort Edmonton
Is
Chalmers.
it just
There's
me?
a Terralosa Christmas market, isn't there? Like kind of like
there's
with
a Collingwood one, it's awesome.
Collingwood,
The farmer's market.
the overhanging like part of the outdoor strip mall.
It's a farmer's
Yeah,
market.
just go there, get everything there. Your wife will love it.
There was Royal Bison.
Yeah, get her a jar that it's actually a soup.
Yeah.
And you got all the ingredients and then you just pour it in and delicious.
This may be a fully me
Merry
thing.
Christmas, babe.
Oh, it totally is.
So when you walk into a place like the mall, it just doesn't feel.
I don't love it, but I know
Does it feel
I
more
know
tense
what
than
I'm
it
walking
used to?
into.
No,
Does it
you're
feel
more
like
tense.
it is, right?
It's you.
It's me.
Yeah. I've been shopping
I'm
3 or 4
getting
times.
Is it more? Is there more animosity?
It just feels like
maybe.
do I have less patience with the way people walk? If somebody's walking,
Well, we've
not as
become
fast as me in
less
front of me-
patient as a society.
Yes, we have. But like little tiny things just about simply walking the corridor at West Edmonton Mall bother me. Like I look at people and I'm like, do you not understand how traffic works?
I think you're the
Or traffic
problem
flows?
in this story.
I think I am. Yeah.
You have to go into those circumstances with an open mind because, yes, it's easy to get extremely pissed because everyone there is just lost because they don't know what they want to get. They're hoping to find it at the mall.
But see,
I did
I
that.
went to the mall with knowing exactly where I was going, knowing exactly what I wanted, and still from the.
How do you know that before you get there, though?
Because we know.
I'm going to go to Simon's to get a blouse.
I'm not going Christmas shopping by like looking at 10 different things. I'm going with a purpose. I do my research online.
But how do you know in advance?
But there also is
Because
something
people
nice.
tell me, or else I just know.
There is something nice about going to the mall, picking a night, and just walking around and be like, "Ooh, I think this person would like this." And you get them to. That's like
now. I would I say this to myself every year. I would like to do my Christmas shopping in November.
Why?
Well, because you can do it with that like space, that time and space, and you actually can like see and think. Where when it's chaos, you're trying to navigate the chaos, and it kind of affects your ability to kind of really think about the individual.
The Canadian rapper chaos?
Yes,
Cool.
I dare you
Cool.
to go to Costco in the next couple of days.
I refuse to go there.
No, I don't go on the best of days.
I refuse to go there.
Just trying to get in the parking lot's going to be a nightmare. But anyway, even at the mall, the parking stalls, I don't know if the trucks are getting bigger. I can park like a madman, especially in backing in. Backing in, there's parking stalls in that mall. You can only get backing in. And I did it, and I literally looked, and I was like in the line, so are the people next to me, and I had like 8 inches on each side. I was like, this is insanity. This is crazy.
You're 70% of the way to an old man yelling at
Yeah,
clouds.
dude.
I just
And
want you
I
to know.
walked it. Yeah,
Like
I know.
it's on the horizon.
But he's able to navigate the internet
for now.
For now, yes.
No. The internet's easy, especially when you know what you need.
Some of those CAPTCHA things where it's like click the windows with the motorcycle, and like some of it's like holy shit.
They try to
You're
trick
like,
you
okay,
sometimes.
so that small piece of the handlebars in this picture of just his body, is that motorcycle?
Have you ever been denied by a captain in your
have.
life?
Yes.
I
Yes,
was the
because
other
of that.
day.
The ones where it's like click all the boxes that are traffic lights, and one of them is like the corner of the plastic of a traffic light.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I'm going to give it a go here. Let's just call that a traffic light.
I've also heard that they're selling all of that to companies who are making driverless cars, because that's like what they're programming into driverless cars. It's probably just a conspiracy theory that has no merit.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Well, I just think that online shopping, keeping it 100, is the only way to shop these days. But
What are your thoughts on property taxes?
So like, here's my problem with online shopping.
get me started on property taxes.
I always feel like I can't get it sent to my house, because then Amber's gonna see what it is and be like, "Ooh, a package from Lululemon. Wow,
Get it sent to your neighbor.
I hate my neighbors. Also, new chapter in the neighbor beef.
Go on.
Wanna know?
You send it to your parents, but yes,
One of
go
the
on.
neighbors is now just 10:30 before quiet hours start, just starting up his Harley, just letting her rip a couple times.
That's cool.
Yeah, just to piss off the other guy,
That's cool.
Because he's got until 11.
because he's got to 11.
What?
Just totally.
When did 11 become quiet? Like, is
That's
this
bylaw.
mandated?
That's bylaw.
Oh.
Because don't worry, one of my neighbor once came over. It was 11:05 on a Friday night of a long weekend. It was me and 3 buddies in the backyard. No music, just sitting around a fire, maybe talking a little loud. But he came on and goes, "Hey, quiet hour started 15 minutes ago. Okay, gonna need you to keep it quiet."
I'm sorry. Do we live in a minimum security
I'm like, "Sorry,
prison?
it's Friday."
What?
Is Chalmers your
hell?
neighbor?
Dude,
Me? Oh, you know I love a good party. What are you, nuts?
All these old people.
Oh, no. I blare
Chalmers was my neighbor. You would have been there
crusty
drinking
I
with
blare
us.
the music.
Crusty old people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my update. Is one of the guys is just revving a Harley, and that's it. Also, what were we talking about?
That would
before
annoy me because I'm now fucking in bed early.
I don't know.
We're
Going on public
Christmas
I can't
movies.
get it sent to my neighbors because they.
Get it sent here.
Send your parents.
I get it sent to my parents, but then I still got to make a trip over to their house.
Yeah, why didn't you get sent here?
Yeah, well, your mom loves you, right? She'd probably just drive it over. Just a chance to say hi.
She probably would.
Right, bring over a nice homemade soup. Too.
Oh, okay. So I got a new washer and dryer. Very exciting. So
Flex.
I sold my old washer on buy and sell.
Sub
Well, wait a
flex.
minute. Why'd you have to get a new one?
Good
if
question,
the old one still
doctor.
worked?
The dryer's broken, but the washer's fine. But
So you sold the dryer broken?
No, the dryer we didn't sell
Why did you just buy a dryer?
because we wanted a matching set.
What are you, the
no, gotta do
Rockefellers?
that.
Do you?
Yeah, you got to do
Why
that.
your clothes will get dried incorrectly if they're two
No,
different
just every
brands?
time you look at it, you're like,
And also our
those don't match.
our
What?
washer still worked, but it was
Oh,
old.
there's
What are you,
such a
Rain
front-
Man?
Such a front-facing piece of.
You've been
home
sold
decor.
bullshit by the home dryer washer industry, Chalmers. You can mismatch that shit.
Are you telling me that if you have appliances in your kitchen and you have a black fridge and you have a stainless steel
is an
dishwasher
apples to
and you have
oranges
a white
comparison.
not?
You have to look at it every day when you do laundry.
Kitchen appliances
You do laundry
are
every day?
home decor. Laundry appliances are not home decor because they're not visible to anyone
What do
in
you
your
mean?
house.
What is your laundry
Where's
room
your
in your
laundry? In
kitchen?
your living room?
So in your master bathroom, it doesn't matter if you got a gold faucet here and a black faucet on the other sink and chrome bath hardware. You don't care? Well, nobody else goes in there.
The laundry room
Why
is
is anybody
often
else
an
in there?
unfinished room in your house for many people. It's like
Well, get some.
My
plywood on the floor so you can't flood and a fucking washer and dryer. Who gives
I
a
didn't
shit?
realize you had stadium seating around your laundry room and you
That's where my
live
beer pong
stream.
table goes. People are always in there when I have people over.
Just how many people?
More reason to keep the fucking clunky one clunking along until
how
one of
many-
your parties
do you not
breaks
realize
it.
how many times you walk in the back door of a house and the laundry washer and dryer is right there in like the mudroom, like right there in the back entrance.
Also,
of the house?
my washer and dryer were probably like 15 years old. So like,
yeah, you
just
got
get
to
a new
match.
one.
It's okay. There's two types of people in this world.
So I sold the one on buy or sell.
How much?
$100. Just wanted to get rid of it.
Yep.
Ripped them off.
How old is it?
New dryers,
I think it's like
350.
15 years. I don't know.
Okay.
So the guy comes over and he said in the message, he goes, "Do they work?" And we're like, "Yes, they work." He goes,
Why they? It's only one.
You
"Yeah,
sold this
sorry,
guy a broken
the
dryer, so you didn't have to
No,
move it
he
out of
didn't
here.
take the dryer. He did offer. He goes, "If you give me $25 off the washer," he goes, "I'll take the dryer." I was like, "Fuck no."
Perfect.
So wait a minute, you're selling the washer too?
I sold the washer. The dryer
Oh, the dryer didn't work.
didn't work. Washer works. Guy comes to buy the washer. During the day, he was messaging, being like, "Does it work? Yes, it works. Are you just saying that and trusting the old homeowners, or have you used it? We've been using it for over a year. It works." Okay. So he shows up, asks me the same questions. And I'm like, "Yes, it works."
Please tell me he asked you to fucking hook it back up to the water.
No. He takes it, him and his buddy go to load it in the back of their truck. I'm standing there talking to one of my neighbors outside. And all of a sudden the washer's boom, topples and slams onto the back of his truck, the washer. Boom, big noise. I was like, Jesus
Has he
Christ.
paid you?
He paid me already.
All right.
Nice.
Brings it home. A couple hours goes by. He messages, hey, it's not working. Don't know what to tell you, man. Heard it slam on the back of your truck. It worked for us. I did a load of laundry 4 hours before I sold it to you.
That's good value.
Yeah. And he was like, well, my wife's trying to get it working and it's not. It's like, again, man.
Were you like, send a photo of your wife?
He also knows where I live. So like, don't want to make too much of an enemy out of the guy. And then 45 minutes goes by. He goes, all good. Got it working. And I was like, was this guy just trying to get me to be like,
Yeah, he definitely was.
right?
Yeah.
So
I also did
Him and
message
his
him
buddy-
and say, did you turn your water back on? Because he goes, it's not even filling up with water. So there's also a chance
got
he
him.
just didn't flip his water back on because that was the
got
last
him.
message I sent. Then 45 minutes later, he messaged and was like, it's working. Thanks. My wife got it to work. Yeah.
that's good though. I mean, there's a part of me that would sit there and be like, oh, I just don't even want to deal with this. Kate, just bring it back. Or like, I'll you transfer you back the money. Just keep the damn thing. I don't care.
Yeah. Also, when he was like, if you give me $25, I'll take your dryer.
It's a good
But
deal.
That's not a bad deal. You got to take
The
like,
labor-
I ordered from Costco, free takeaway.
Oh,
So there's no reason for me to do
okay.
that. I guess he wouldn't have known that. So fair.
Hold on. You buy appliances from Costco, they'll take away your old ones free?
Yep.
How do they make money?
And they installed the whole thing. The new ones just got installed today while we're doing this podcast.
I think they make money off the old ones for sure.
Like recycling them?
Take the copper out
You
of them.
might want to double check that install, my boy.
Why?
I don't know. Just make sure everything's tight. Just make sure there's the zip tie around the drain. You know what the number one thing that people don't do is they don't put that drain hose in far enough.
Oh, don't tell
And
me
then-
this shit, man. This shit stresses me out.
then-
You know the number one thing you probably forgot
You
to
got
do
to
is
zip tie the drain to the two water lines because the water lines never work. But when that drain starts pumping, the force of the water shooting down could push that thing up.
What?
But since it's zip tied to the two fixed water lines, it won't go anywhere.
Decent amount of time. If I put a little too much detergent in my washer, I'll walk downstairs and there's just bubbles coming out of the floor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Out of the floor.
yeah, because it's all connected.
Okay.
It's all connected.
Bubbles coming out of the floor. I'm like, God damn it.
I don't know how this works. I almost burned it down with a snow globe. So what do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the washer and dryer. Merry Christmas.
Oh, it's
Nice present to
I
yourself.
cannot wait to go home.
You and
Is
Amber
it-
buy each other stuff for Christmas?
Yeah, but we do like this year. I had no ideas for her, so I was like, "Hey, like we should do like a really low budget this year. Get like meaningful stuff." And then I went to the mall and I found like 5 things that she likes. And then I was stuck. I was like, "Okay."
5 things. How much time
Oh,
did you have
Tyler.
at the mall?
So then I was like, "What do I do? Do
soup
I
in a
just-
jar?
Do I blow over the budget, knowing I'm getting not as much value in return on this transaction, or
It's
do
not
I
a
text her-
transaction.
or do I text her and say, "Hi, hey, I went way over our
No,
budget"?
she probably is going to do it too.
Yeah, and she did.
Whatever.
I
Yeah.
later found out that she went over the budget and then felt bad about it. So was messaging my family, being like, "Hey, if you haven't gotten Tyler anything, I'll sell you some of the shit I bought him." But yeah, we do gifts for each other.
So I
Oh,
don't.
yeah, as you should.
I have a buddy, him and his girlfriend do a donation instead of gifts for each other. And I'm like, come on.
That's,
la-
then they're very uncreative
They
individuals.
found each other at least.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
That's about the best thing
Yeah.
from that
or
story.
Meanwhile, one of them is just deeply tormented and is just switching it off.
Thanks, Match.com.
Yeah.
You know what I'm excited about is the ON Christmas party that we're going to do because,
Are you coming?
yeah, wife and I are both coming.
When is it?
Why are you making that face? You want me coming?
We'll see. We'll see if you come.
No, we're coming. I RSVP'd.
All right.
And we're doing what is it called? A white elephant gift exchange. So listen,
I
at
know
my
what I mean.
self-employed
I think
Christmas
that's just
party,
for
I
staff,
bought
right?
I did a white elephant.
Oh, no.
Christmas party.
Significant others can participate if they bring a gift.
Heck
Okay,
yeah, you
okay.
can.
All right. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I can
Read
see
the
Aaron
email.
Chalmers getting involved.
Oh yeah, we're both gonna get involved. But like, I don't get to do those because it's self-employed Christmas parties. You don't really. I bought myself a gift card, so that was good. Got it back in the white elephant gift exchange.
I saw a
stole it?
self-employed.
stood there by myself. Stood there at the bar, had a drink, chucked a 20 in a VL, and then went home.
I saw an Instagram story or post Chalmers. It was self-employed Christmas party,
Oh, that's
and
the
you
best.
had liked it.
Oh,
and
I
I was
know.
like, "Oh, Chalmers
No, so
liking
anyways,
this shit."
So I'm excited to come to this one. So listen, is that the one where you get to steal the gifts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a good time. So you ultimately want to be like the second or last person to go,
Yep.
right? Because is there a maximum amount of time something can get stolen?
Yes.
There's different rules.
2 or 3.
So like when me and my friends do it, we do a gift can only get stolen once a round. So like once it's stolen, that round it's locked in until a next person opens a gift or a next person goes.
But you can cap it.
You could do it can only
Yeah.
be stolen 3 times.
So whatever, we'll have a set of rules. It'll be similar to that. We were talking about last
no one
year's.
bring a goddamn puzzle.
We were we were talking about last
Why?
year's on last pod. He's anti-puzzle. It's very shocking.
Bringing 2 puzzles.
Yes, you should.
I'll go to.
A Tyler Ramchek puzzle.
The thing we forgot about, we were talking about ours and we were talking about how Waz stole my gift.
Yeah.
But and we're like, okay, that's funny.
Oh yeah, and it was
But
like the best gift.
The most important detail we forgot to omit is that Waz wasn't actually part of the gift exchange. He was representing someone else
Yeah.
and then decided to steal on that person's behalf,
Like a
which makes it even more fun.
representing Spencer, who is a 22-year-old male, and Waz's choices were a bucket of mini bottles of booze or an automatic wine opener. And he was like, Everyone's like, Waz, your boss wants the wine
Okay,
opener.
so but did you make it like a charade that nobody should steal it, because that kind of would add to. So I think the best way to not get stolen from is to pretend like you really don't.
Well, no, but it's
What's
Waz.
the
I wasn't
strategy?
doing anything, but the fact that Waz is doing a gift steal when he's a proxy.
No, it's true. But what's the
It's-
best way to get a gift not stolen? Pretend that you love it, or pretend that you hate it,
Oh yeah, I'll pretend
or
like
just,
you hate it.
or just pretend that you hate
Yeah,
it.
well, you
If
can't go
someone
over the
wa-
top.
if someone wants it, they want it.
Like, are you watching Squid Game?
I already did.
Are you watching Squid Game? Do you plan on watching it?
No.
You know, they had to pick 2 people to like. They did the vote the 3 people at game.
Yes.
And there was a one guy going around projecting weakness and like
Yes.
pretending he doesn't want to be. And I put a target on his back
Yes.
because he did that.
Yeah.
And he was actually not. Like that was
Yeah,
his
that didn't
tactic,
work for him.
and that blew up at him. Like, yeah, you don't want to be like, oh man, this sucks, because like obviously people will see through that. You got to stay lay low,
So true.
lay low.
Okay, well, I wonder if you can get a puzzle with somebody's face put on it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, you can.
Of course you can. The internet.
So they make these puzzles. You really don't like puzzles?
No, I told a story on the last episode that will make it make sense.
Have I ever told you about a wasp jig?
No.
Oh.
Jigsaw backwards. Okay. So these wasp jigs, the picture on the front of the box is of a scene happening, right? And they're all looking forward and they're all pointing. And the actual puzzle is of what they're looking at and pointing to. It's very cool, but it's in every way. It's like the
But
opposite.
you still build it like a puzzle.
You have no idea what it is, but you can see what kind of like the
So
environment is like, so you can kind of know where to put pieces.
So you have to imagine the image
you have
based
to
on that, and
imagine
then put it
what
together.
they're seeing, what's happening.
So
in
give
the
us an
background.
example of one.
Or okay, so one is this actor and this actress are in the theater and they're in their dressing room, but they're tied up. They're tied up, and there's a bomb that's like wicking down. The bomb's about to go off. The actual puzzle is of the aftermath of the bomb going off. So you don't really. So things have been blown everywhere.
Body parts everywhere.
No, they're alive. I mean,
They survived the
It's a darn
explosion.
That destroyed
So
the
another
room,
one-
but
another
they lived.
bomb.
the other one is.
Oh, it's like a Wile E. Coyote bomb
The
explosion.
other one is a beach town, right? So it's a beach town, and there's buildings and all this in the back, and everybody's driving, everybody's pointing, and then the actual puzzle is of this monster coming out of the ocean, and like these planes trying to like attack it.
But they don't. You're not
have
given
no
any
idea.
indication what it is.
None. You just know the environment. It's very cool.
Wow, that must take some time.
They are. They're
Are
awesome.
they big? Are they how?
1,000-piece
Holy
tiny little dogs.
shit!
Tiny little
Holy
guys too.
man.
Yeah. We do. So we used to
Do
take
it
one-
on shape only?
Yeah. Do it on shape. Well, I mean, you can start to see where like it's color coordinated and everything. We used to do one over a 5-day trip to Fairmont with this couple that we'd go there with. We would get it going the Thursday night when we got there, and then any waking minute we had where we weren't like skiing or making dinner, and we put it on the kitchen table. So like we all had to eat around the house.
Yeah.
Like it was the main spot where you did the puzzle.
That sounds
And
fun.
it was, I'd be ashamed to say that there'd be 3 a.m. in the morning where somebody would come downstairs to get a glass of water for bed, and I'd be sitting there with a Ryan Coke and my earphones in.
You have a
doing the
Ryan Coke
puzzle.
in your earphones?
Yep. Well, it's a Saturday night. I'm going to have a Ryan Coke at 3 a.m. while I do the puzzle. Because I'm a night owl and like to stay up.
Coke?
I think they're about $40 too, and that's how much we're going to spend. So I'm going to,
$30 is the limit, so
$30
don't you dare flex on us.
Yeah.
I won't.
I know what I'm getting. I gotta get it.
Exciting. I'm
I
looking
got this
forward to
puzzle that I got in another gift exchange I got to give up. All right. Before we wrap up, Chalmers will be at the holiday Christmas party. He's also going to be on the nation vacation to Arizona.
I'm getting messages about it. Must be doing numbies.
It's been moving a lot.
That's good. That's exciting.
This month.
A lot of cool
which is
people
good.
that we talk to on a regular basis outside of this thing.
We're a trip of 50, and I think we have 8 or 10 spots left. So it's getting to the nitty gritty. So great gift. We have 2 options: flight, no flight. You choose. February
18th to 20th.
18th to 20th.
Trip includes 2 nights in the hotel.
Yeah, we'll get to see Jack Campbell start for the Phoenix Coyotes.
Carol Vamelka's video tribute. You'll get to see that.
Yes.
When he makes his return to Arizona.
Yes, be very nice.
And it's all brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that is making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever your travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information on that. Visit nationgear.ca for more information on how you can get in on the nation vacation.
I think I'm unreasonably excited to watch a game in that arena.
Yeah.
Oh,
too.
man,
That
it's going to be
size.
amazing.
I
I
think
can't wait.
So give me a gauge. Is it like Claire Drake or bigger?
Bigger,
5,000.
5,000.
5,000. So what is
Moose Jaw's Arena.
I've never been there.
Crush Can back
Have you
in the day?
been to the Centrium, like Red Deer's rink for the Rebels?
Yes.
So similar.
Okay.
Maybe even slightly. I think Centrium can fit 6,000, but similar
Cool. Yeah, that's to watch a hockey game in that
on the
that
ASU
fest.
campus.
Yeah, and you're gonna be able to hear the players better, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Quieter in there
Yeah, everyone's gonna be mic'd up
on the ASU
without
campus.
mics.
Tempe. That's where Mellon Arena is.
Yeah,
We're gonna go to Mills Ave afterwards.
We did this whole thing the other day. Yeah.
sure.
I was in part of that.
Yeah. No, you were. You did.
Did I say Mills Ave?
Yep.
I have a super bad memory. I'm losing it.
I'm
fucking losing
Well,
it.
your comments about the mall would
I'm
suggest
telling
it.
That was
We
terrifying.
did the Google Maps on the last episode you were on of how
Oh
far we
my
are.
God.
Well, to be fair, the
man.
last time you were on was like extremely long time ago.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a wife and a calendar. I don't even know where I'm going after this. Legitimately. No idea. I know
Did
I got a
the
whole
hockey
night planned
practice.
and I do not know what's happening.
Do you know how to get home?
I do. Oh yeah. GPS.
That eases my anxiety. I was
GPS.
ready to
So let's just recap Chalmers' show. He's irrationally mad at people at the mall.
Yep.
Thinks the world's gone to shit and admitted he doesn't know where I think you have early onset dementia.
No, it's just I'm just, there's so much going on. Like we had hockey last night and it's just something every night. Okay, so this is my night. I actually know what it is. I got to leave here. I got to go meet some trades at a building that I need to see if they've finished their stuff.
I'm glad you remembered that.
I do. Then I have to get home in time to get my son, take him to hockey practice, 5:15 to 6:15, 6:45, meet at Candy Cane Lane, team walk, food drive, home by 8:30, where we'll finally have dinner, watch the highlights for the game, and go to bed.
That sounds intense. But
And
as
then-
intense as Nation Vacation will be, you're going to see Chalmers there coming up on February 18th.
If he remembers how to get there.
I won't forget.
I was going to try and mess with you and do the whole ad read again and see if I could trick you into saying
sorry.
the Mills Ave.
Tempe?
In the small arena?
Mills
How
Ave?
many people are in there? All right.
Where am I?
Have a Merry Christmas, everybody listening.
Yes.
Last one of the year. So resolution show.
We can
we
do
were-
maybe next Thursday.
Let's
maybe.
just give one. Let's just give one that we're actually going to stick to. One resolution. I need accountability
All right. Let's
It's
do
funny
that.
how you take the lead on all right, everybody.
right now.
Time to
One
tighten up.
resolution.
Yeah, you can tell us. Say, you know what? You just do 4 on behalf of all of us.
You need 4
What do you
times the
think my
amount.
resolution should be next year, Charles?
Your resolution should be to care more.
About what?
Hugging.
Ugh.
Be more affectionate.
Emotional. Be more affectionate. Show love
Maybe
more.
zip tie your goddamn drain
Neighbor.
hose.
Not whole
less
grain.
vacations.
For me.
Yeah.
More grinding, for God's sake.
More grinding.
Oh, please.
What if you grinded 4 times harder next year? Imagine the grind.
It's frightening.
Where would you go? What
And
would you
imagine
see?
the level of avoidance you'd have to do to avoid such a grind.
Like imagine you came to work 2024 somehow trying 4 times as hard.
I know your resolution should be, Jer.
Okay.
Get a hold of this goddamn company and get polo zips in the fucking nation.
3/4 zips.
3/4 zips.
We now have the ability to do that,
It's about damn time.
but we're just sitting on it, Chalmers. Let it
I am
percolate.
going to lose so much weight in 2024. I'm going to get skinny. I'm going to get healthy.
Order him one of
I'm
those
going
in
to
a
try
small.
to live longer
And so
for
you
my
can only have
children.
the small.
So what are your things? Yeah. Is that it? So
That's the number one, man. I
gonna
just
work-
like, dude, I don't even know if I should say this, but I'm going to. On Jasper, we woke up at like 6 a.m. and like we just took a day trip to Jasper. We got to Tim Hortons. All the boys drink coffee. I don't drink coffee. I saw this thing for like a peach quencher. I thought it would be like club soda, like a little bit of peach juice in like ice, right?
Yeah, no.
No, it was not. It was a bottle of peach juice. Whatever. I was thirsty. I gunned it. It had 49 grams of sugar in it.
Broke out in a sugar ash.
It was 8:30 in the morning. I then had a chocolate chip muffin. I probably had like 100 grams of sugar before 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to think to myself, I'm like, I do this more often than I believe I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I really need to get a grip on that. So health. Got to live longer, buddy.
Amen, bro.
We got kids now. We got responsibilities.
And we have to do 540 more episodes of this podcast till our contracts are fulfilled.
Oh, God.
3 a days.
3 a days.
Once every day. People would probably tune in.
Okay, my second resolution will be I will show up to at least 75% of these next year.
Wow. Okay. Audience.
Electronic
You heard it
Jordan or
here.
someone with a high level of commitment to this show, keep track of that.
Or just
Running tally of Chalmers
Anyone-
percentage throughout the year. Would that be
Be
fun?
honest, though, Wanya. What would
Dukes
be
is
like a resolution
keeping
for you?
tabs.
Do you even need to have one?
Yeah,
You're
of
kinda
course.
living, okay.
What? I barely keep that shit together in 2023.
I
I don't know. Probably fatherhood related. Most of my focus right now is just trying not to raise a serial killer.
Yeah.
I think you're doing good in that.
I don't know. Like every time I do something, I'm like, I don't think other parents would do that. And then I'll do something else and be like, oh, I don't know if other parents would do that either. It's bad.
When you go, here's how you know if you have a good kid or not. When you go into public or you take them to somebody's house, do they have to ever discipline your child?
No.
Do they have to ever be like, hey, man, can you just like look at that? Like, hey, man, like, what's that? Because if they do, then you need to get a hold of your shit.
No. It's more like this, Chalmers. He comes around the corner and his grandma asked him to do something. He looked at her and said, you can't talk to me like that. I'm the big man. Then slapped himself on the chest. And I was like, oh, that's because I talked to him like that. You can't talk to me like
You
that.
hype him up like he's a.
I'm like, who's the
NCAA
big
athlete?
man? I say, who's the boss? You're the boss. Who's the big man? You're the big man.
Oh, you are empowering.
Pumping him up.
Well, he's
People aren't confident in 2023.
He's definitely going to be.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be somebody I have to discipline in my house one day.
Good luck with that. But when he walks around the corner and says, you can't talk to me like that, I'm the big man, and pounds his chest like the alpha gorilla. I'm like,
But feeling some kind
I'm
of
proud,
proud, yes.
but I'm like, this divergent path I've put him on. What does he look like when he's
needs to know
12?
when to deploy that
Exactly.
and not to. Yeah.
But
So
I'm
he's
raising
still
him to be
learning
the mayor of the moon.
Yeah.
And I bring it up to him regularly that when you're the mayor, you have to rule with an iron fist
Yeah.
because you can't trust moon people.
Ooh, so the old sugar and salt approach. There's no sugar ever.
Oh, I'm always really nice. What?
No, for him, you're just teaching him that you never have to show compassion.
Oh, no. But I'm just, one day when you're the mayor of the moon, you're going to have to be merciless with your enemies and the ops can't win.
Mhm.
Respect that.
Yeah.
We're raised for war.
Like little Reese who ran into his op on the street. You see that the other
Did
day?
he die?
No, he was just homeless. So little Reese gave him money.
Oh, he saw his old op, now homeless?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be a,
What's an op?
what? The
Don't know.
opposition?
Oh,
Position. Old op.
my niece. I asked my niece for a gift for advice on two pairs of for two things. I sent her a picture of one each, and then she answered, and I said thank you, and she just wrote OFC. I legit had to go look it up.
Really?
What does it stand for?
Of course,
OFC. Doesn't make sense.
didn't know. Of course,
OFC.
Of C.
OFC.
You can't talk to her like that. She's the big man.
No, I looked it up, but I ain't gonna let her know it.
Then you
It
watch
said-
Handmaid's Tale?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well,
That's how they name the
All right, Merry
handmaids.
Christmas, everybody. We'll chat with you maybe next Thursday.
that was a
maybe
lot
in the
about
new year.
nothing.
We
Hey?
should have done a year in review show.
It was fun.
Next year?
That was fun.
Next year? But it'll be like a second.
Ugh, next week. My brain's fried. I'm
Are we going to
tired.
do one next week?
Next Thursday?
I'll do one.
We'll see.
Well, I guess you might be busy. I'll
Visiting both your families.
avoiding the grind.
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas to you guys.
Yeah.
Have a great holiday.
And to
I
our
can't wait
listeners,
see you
too.
guys in the new year. Yeah, to all listeners. Hey, send me pics of cool presents. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
If you
kind of
get
stuff.
cool Oilers related stuff, send it to us. That's really neat.
Yeah. Cool or stuff like, okay, sorry. One more thing. Captain Felton, whatever those pop head things are that the AI is generating for all of us.
Kennedy is making them.
I don't know.
The captain commented on it saying these look amazing.
What the hell just happened out there?
Whoa, something just fell outside. Anyway,
That thunk wasn't just you.
Hopefully it wasn't a TV we hung. No, I didn't do it. All right. Well,
let's go find out what
let's
that is
go
all
find out
about.
what that was.
Bye, everybody.
WCB earmuffs.
What's that?